The new S-Class, the new luxury, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz.
Malaysia's first unicorn Carsome Group has reportedly raised almost $300 million, about 1.26 billion ringgit, in a financing round led by funds linked to Temasek Holdings and the Qatar Investment Authority or QIA. Citing people with knowledge of the matter, Bloomberg said 65 equity partners and Seatown Holdings, both backed by Temasek, and the QIA are among investors that participated in the fundraising by Carsome. Carsome, an online used car marketplace in Southeast Asia, is Malaysia's most valuable technology startup. It is planning an initial public offering in the US later this year. The company started gauging investor interest in November and was seeking to raise about $200 million, Bloomberg News reported at the time. In September, it said it mopped up $170 million in a Series D2 round at a $1.3 billion valuation. Carsome operates in Indonesia, Thailand and Singapore. Founded in 2015, it works with more than 8,000 dealers and handles more than 100,000 transactions annually. CIMB research is expecting Bursa Malaysia's net profit for the fourth quarter of FY21 to shrink on the back of weak trading activities in the capital markets. Analyst Winston Ng is estimating Bursa's earnings for the quarter to come in at 50.5 million ringgit, the lowest since the fourth quarter of FY19 before the outbreak of COVID-19. This is based on assumptions for declines of 46.2% in equity income and 0.5% in derivative income from the previous year, on par with a drop in the equity average daily trading volume or ADTV and derivative average daily contract or ADC from the fourth quarter of FY20. This, he said, would translate into declines of 51.9% year-on-year and 36.8% quarter-on-quarter. Based on the projection, Bursa would have recorded a net profit of 340.8 million ringgit for FY21, 9.1% lower than CIMB's previous projection of 347.7 million ringgit. However, the research house says its target price of 6 ringgit 59 is intact, as it is still based on a target FY23 PE of 21.1 times, on par with the 5-year historical average. It upgraded the Bursa stock to hold from reduce, as it thinks the decline in equity ADTV has been priced in. He said its FY22 dividend yield is also decent at 3.7%. Bursa is scheduled to release its results on January 28th. At the close, its share price settled down 6% at 6 ringgit 35 for a market capitalization of 5.14 billion ringgit. Supermax Corp's workers are said to be planning to seek a judicial review of the British government's decision to approve the glove maker as a supplier to its National Health Service or NHS. A report by Reuters said the move comes after the US Customs and Border Protection in October banned imports from Supermax over alleged labour abuses. Weeks later, Canada also put on hold its contract with the company due to similar concerns. According to Reuters, London-based Wilson Solicitors said it had asked Britain's NHS supply chain to reconsider a December decision to award Supermax with a framework deal to supply personal protection equipment, citing concerns over the UK government's due diligence in light of the forced labour allegations. Quoting Nusrat Uddin, the firm's lead lawyer on the case, Reuters said it is a legal requirement for suppliers to be verified before the award stage, but it is not clear if these necessities have been met. The request for a judicial review is reportedly expected to be filed in London's High Court later today. Property developer Marsing Group says it has met its 1.6 billion ringgit sales target for FY21, underpinned by sales of its affordable homes in Kuala Lumpur, Penang and Johor. In anticipation of a better year, the group now aims to launch 2.4 billion ringgit worth of properties in 2022, 71% more than the 1.4 billion ringgit in new properties launched in 2021. The group said in a statement that it believes the pace of property market recovery recovery will accelerate if global and domestic economic growth remains stable. It said it will continue to create affordable range properties with the needs of the younger generation in mind. The majority of Masing's property sales last year came from its affordable M series. Projects contributing the most to the bottom line include M Vertica, M Centura, M Luna and Meridian East. It also attributed the 2021 sales achievements to its core strategy in digital marketing. Max One Capital has proposed to issue 2 Islamic bonds or sukuk with a collective value of over 3 billion ringgit under the Musyarakah principle, according to the company's lodgement with the Securities Commission's website. Maju Holdings owned highway concessionaire Max One said the proposed Islamic bonds comprise 2.21 billion ringgit subordinated sukuk and 1.13 billion ringgit senior sukuk programs. The filings by Max One, however, did not specify the issuance dates and duration of the bonds, the securities' annual profit rates, and how the proceeds from the 2 bond issuances will be used. The lodgement dates for the subordinated sukuk was on Wednesday and the senior sukuk programs last Friday. The SC lodgement expiry dates for the subordinated sukuk is on May 23rd, while the senior sukuks is on March 30th. Last October, it was reported that Max One had received approval from its sukuk holders to restructure its 1.35 billion ringgit Islamic medium-term notes program at its virtual extraordinary general meeting. Max One Managing Director Muhammad Faik Abu Sahid was reported as saying the resolutions from the EGM marked a new beginning for its group-wide sukuk restructuring.
This program was brought to you by Mercedes-Benz.